News is you guys are up next. Unfortunately, the bad news is you have to follow that. So I'm going to hand the microphone over to our man of honor, Mr. Jeff Arith, everyone. Thank you.
Fornication. Sorry. Fornication such as this. Already screwed up. I'm really nervous. Okay, this is bad. Okay. I had 7 pages, but Colleen deleted 6 of them. This is a nightmare for me. For occasions such as this, I had a lot planned, but I was denied because I was going to talk about old boyfriends, old hairdos, this and that. You know, I'm the man of honor. I talk about all this girly stuff here. My name is Jeff, and I'm the man of honor. First of all, I'd like to thank the Mahoney family and the Morlock family for not only helping to host this, but also to raise two wonderful children, Chris and Todd. You're going to be hearing a bunch of wonderful speeches tonight, not this one. I'm going to get drunk here. So instead of doing a speech where I say something like the Irish proverb, something that's beautiful, something that's nice, I don't do that crap. What I do is I dance. However, I forgot my Air Supply CD. Really? You're really messing this up for me, man, if you do. I forgot my Air Supply CD, so we're just going to do the first and the end of it, okay? It's my interpretive dance to, as I call them, the Morlocks. Brett Mahoney, please hold this. Okay, it starts off like this. And then I go. And then there's about 5 minutes where I'm doing somersaults and stuff too. I sing "Come Sail Away" by "Come Sail Away" by Air Supply, and then I end it like any good marriage should be ending by holding a new baby, possibly, and then letting the baby fly away like a bird. Somebody really said "aw" to that? There's 4 main points that I've learned that you say at every time you're doing a best man speech, or more importantly, the man of honor speech. First point is you should never let your speech last any longer than the groom is going to last that night. So thank you, folks. Wait. Colleen said I should have been done about a minute and a half ago. I'm sorry. I'm not done yet. That was a joke. The best man at my wedding finished 10 seconds before he was supposed to start. So, Where was I? Oh, point number 2. Tell a heart-tugging story about one or the other of the couple. I was getting my nails done today, and some waxing with the girls at the bridal shower and everything. And they were telling all these wonderful stories about Brett and Colleen and what a touching couple they are and how wonderful it is. Like I said, I don't have that. I do have the story about their first date, though. You guys want to hear that? As we all know, the lovely Tammy and the lovely Mike Horcock set them up for a date. They went on a date. They went over to Brett's house in Kent. Was it?
No, it was Mike's house in Medina.
Okay, let me tell the story. They went over to Brett's house in Kent where he cooked Colleen a lovely tuna casserole and took out a nice box of wine, which they finished. I lived with Brett for 2 years. I lived with Colleen for 9. I gained all my pounds living with Brett and those tuna casseroles. They are good, and every single pound was worth it. Big slugger. Anyways, after that was over, Brett showed Colleen the 1991-92 Cloverleaf Colts men's basketball team highlights, his favorite thing in the world. And that lasted about 40 seconds. And then Brett took her to his most special place in the whole wide world. You don't want me to talk about that. The Def Leppard Poison concert at the Blossom Music Center. This is probably the only true part of the story here. At the concert, Colleen was impressed about how Brett knew Pour Some Sugar on Me and Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I was impressed that Brett didn't jump CC DeVille. Is your middle name Michaels? Brett Michaels, Morlock, maybe? Yeah. Anyways, Colleen was all excited when she got back. She was seriously really, really excited about this guy. I remember we were sitting out on the back porch of the place we were living, and she kept raving about this guy. I don't know if she was in love, but if she wasn't, it was something pretty close. I'm welling up right now. A little bit after that, Brett called her up and said he couldn't go on the second date because he had to go on a cruise with his ex-girlfriend. Now, for those who don't know Brett that well, he's pretty frugal, and I defend him for this. He had already paid for that cruise. He had already paid for all the meals on that cruise and all the alcohol on that cruise, and this chick was not going to go. So he went on the cruise, but Brett had a horrible time because all he could think about was the beautiful redhead that he'd gone out on this single date earlier, and how wonderful she was and how enjoyable the time he had. That's true, right? You told me I couldn't ruin you. So. Okay, I'm going to skip point number 3 because this has been way too long. Point number 4, final point. Use a quote from a famous poet or author to describe wedded bliss that will fit the bride and groom. This was a toughie. As you know, Brett went to Cloverleaf, and I think Cloverleaf's poet laureate is like Mr. Green Jeans or something like that. Colleen's even worse, though. Thank you. Colleen's even actually worse, though. This is the second true story of this whole batch of lies. I lived with Colleen for 8 years, and we had this big bookshelf in the different place we lived, and she put one book in this bookshelf. Can you guess what it is? Everybody Poops. I swear to God. She loves that book. It's a great book. It explained a lot to me. So I had to think of some like really good, touching story. I couldn't think of anything, and I looked through like the archives of poetry, and I found the late 20th century poet John Bon Jovi. And this is what Mr. Bon Jovi had to say. I'll be there for you. These 5 words, I swear to you. It's actually 6. When you breathe, I want to be the air for you. Oh, and I'm Brett. I'll be there for both of you. I'd live and I'd die for you, steal the sun from the sky for you. Words can't say what a love can do. I'll be there for you. That's what your life should be like together. Seriously, I just thought Colleen was the most vibrant, beautiful, magnificent friend that I had. And when I met Brett, I seriously met her equal. He's every bit as vibrant, even more beautiful, and he's the happiest, most laid-back guy I've ever met in my life. It's sickening. I used to get annoyed when Kyle would go out with this guy or that because I felt somewhat like a brother and that no one was good enough for her. Sorry to the guys here that went out with her. When Colleen met Brett, she found that rare and fair person who's not only good enough for her, but made her even better with his very presence. I know I'm not the only one in this room who's ecstatic to be here tonight. And if you could all please raise your glasses, please join me in this toast for this wonderful occasion. Yeah. To the bride and the groom. May you have a long and wonderful, magnificent marriage filled with infinite moments of awe and passion. To Colleen and Brett.